Have you ever felt it? That prickling sensation on the back of your neck, the feeling of being observed. You look up from your phone, scanning the street, and see nothing out of the ordinary. And yet, the feeling persists. It's only when you tilt your head back, looking up past the rooftops and power lines, that you see them. A row of crows perched like obsidian statues, their heads cocked. Their eyes, dark and intelligent, seem fixed directly on you. They are not just present, they are attentive. It is a moment of unnerving connection. A silent exchange between two very different kinds of minds. For a fleeting second, you wonder what they see, what they know, and why they are always watching. This experience is nearly universal in places where humans and crows coexist. They are the silent witnesses to our daily lives, the dark figures silhouetted against the dawn and dusk. But every so often, their focus becomes so intense, so seemingly deliberate, that it breaks through our complacency. We are forced to acknowledge them, not as simple birds, but as observers. In the digital age, our fascination with these avian observers has found a new roost. Scroll through any social media feed and you are bound to encounter them. A video shows a river of blackbirds, thousands upon thousands of crows, flowing over a city at sunset. They descend upon a shopping mall parking lot, covering every car, every light pole, every inch of pavement in a writhing, cawing blanket of black feathers. The scene is both mesmerizing and apocalyptic. The sheer number of them is hard to comprehend, transforming a familiar urban landscape into something wild and untamable. The accompanying captions are filled with awe, fear, and 1,000 questions. What is happening? Why are they all here? These viral moments capture a phenomenon that has been occurring for eons, yet feels startlingly new when viewed through the lens of a smartphone. A gathering of crows is not just a flock. In the poetic language of the past, it is a murder. The name itself sends a shiver down the spine, hinting at a sinister purpose. In many cultures, the sight of a lone crow was an omen of bad luck, while a large, noisy gathering was thought to portend war, famine, or a great disaster. They were seen as messengers from the other side, their dark feathers a symbol of the veil between the living and the dead. These beliefs are rooted in observation. Crows are scavengers, and their sharp intelligence often led them to battlefields after the fighting was done. To ancient peoples, the connection was obvious. They were not just opportunistic feeders, they were harbingers. Crows were also special to the gods. They are rooted in mythology. The crows were spies for the gods, possessors of secret knowledge. The idea of crows as spies persists even in modern urban legends. They are the perfect infiltrators, able to go anywhere, perched high above our most private moments. Their dark, watchful eyes seem to miss nothing. This makes them the perfect vessel for our anxieties about surveillance and loss of privacy. In the strange, branching corridors of the internet, a new legend has taken flight, one that reframes the crow's silent observation in a uniquely modern and humorous light. This is the world of the birds aren't real conspiracy theory. Born as a parody to satirize misinformation, the movement playfully posits that all birds were systematically replaced by the United States government with sophisticated drone replicas between 1959 and 1971. Their purpose? To spy on the American public. In this narrative, the birds we see every day are not living creatures, but marvels of biomechanical engineering, complete with cameras for eyes and transmitters for chirps. Within this satirical framework, the crow is elevated to an elite model of surveillance drone. Its dark uniform color makes it the perfect stealth device, ideal for night operations. The large, noisy gatherings that captivate and unnerve us, those aren't social roosts, they are mass charging stations. The crows flock to power lines not for warmth or camaraderie, but to literally recharge their batteries, their cause the sound of data being uploaded to a central server. It's a brilliantly absurd explanation for behaviors that have puzzled humans for centuries. While presented with a knowing wink, the birds aren't real idea taps into the same feelings that fueled ancient legends. It speaks to our sense of being watched, our suspicion that there are forces at play beyond our comprehension. It takes the old idea of the crow as a spy for the gods and updates it for the technological age, replacing divine beings with shadowy government agencies. The theory works so well as satire because crow behavior can seem uncannily mechanical and purposeful. Their geometric formations in flight, their synchronized departures from a roost, and their unblinking analytical gaze all lend themselves to this fantastic interpretation. The joke provides a strange kind of comfort. It's a way to laugh at our modern anxieties about surveillance and the erosion of privacy. Leaving the realm of folklore and satire, we turn to science for a clearer, though no less fascinating explanation for why crows gather. The most fundamental reason for these massive flocks, especially the enormous winter roosts that create viral videos, is safety. For a crow, the night is a time of vulnerability. Predators like great horned owls are most active after dark, and a lone crow sleeping in a tree is an easy target. By gathering in groups of hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands, each individual bird dramatically reduces its own chance of being singled out by a predator. This collective defense mechanism is a highly coordinated affair. The roost is not just a random collection. Warmth is another simple physical advantage of flocking together. On a cold winter night, the body heat generated by thousands of birds packed closely together in the trees can raise the ambient temperature by several degrees. This small difference can be crucial for survival, reducing the amount of energy each bird must expend to stay warm. Beyond the basic needs of safety and warmth, the Great Crow Gathering is actually a profoundly social event. Young crows often stick around with their parents for several years. The social structure of a crow community isn't just a simple hierarchy. It's actually a fluid network of families, alliances, and rivalries. Crows are known to remember individuals, both crow and human, for years. They can recognize friendly faces that offer them food and hostile faces that pose a threat. The remarkable behaviors we witness in crow gatherings are powered by an equally remarkable brain. For a long time, the term bird brain was, well, kind of an insult, suggesting a small and simple mind. But modern neuroscience has really turned that notion on its head, especially when it comes to corvids, the family that includes crows, ravens, and jays. While a crow's brain is physically small compared to a primate's, it is incredibly dense with neurons. In fact, the neuron density in a crow's forebrain, the area associated with complex cognition, is actually comparable to, and in some cases greater than, that of primates. It's like a powerful processor packed into a tiny case. This neural architecture gives crows an intelligence that is often compared to that of a 7-year-old human child. Recent studies have actually pushed our understanding of their minds even further. Researchers have found that crows possess a form of consciousness. They are not just aware of their environment, they are aware of their own minds. In experiments, crows demonstrated an ability to reflect on their own knowledge, essentially thinking about their thoughts. This capacity, known as metacognition, was once believed to be uniquely human. Crows also understand cause and effect, can reason about hidden objects, and can plan for the future, sometimes hiding food for a later time while taking into account who might be watching them. So, why are the crows watching us? After sifting through ancient legends, modern conspiracies, and decades of scientific research, the answer is both simpler and more complex than we might imagine. Their mesmerizing swarms are not a supernatural event, but a highly successful evolutionary strategy. They're not government drones recharging on power lines, but intelligent beings, navigating the challenges of life with remarkable ingenuity and cooperation. We know that crows are thinkers. Their brains are packed with problem-solving power, enabling them to craft tools, remember faces, and plan for the future. They live in complex family groups, maintain friendships and rivalries, and teach their young. They reveal a creature that is not a dark symbol, but a fellow intelligence sharing our planet. The line between their world and ours remains a barrier of biology and perception that we can peer across but never fully cross. In their gaze, we can see a reflection of our own curiosity, and as long as they perch on our rooftops and soar over our cities, we will continue to look up and wonder, forever captivated by the brilliant, enduring enigma of the crow.